Starting a business takes a ton of hustle, and the absolute last thing you want to be slowed down by is legal red tape. While everyone else gets to see your final product or service, you are the one stuck fighting with the government website just to try to get a company officially registered without making a mistake. But it does not have to be that complicated. Today, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide how to set up your Texas LLC using two completely different methods. First, I'll walk you through how to tackle the DIY process, do it all yourself, save some cash. Then I'll show you how a service like ZenBusiness can handle the hard work for you in a fraction of the time. Let's get to it. That being said, what exactly is an LLC? Well, first of all, it stands for Limited Liability Company. And honestly, the easiest way to think of it is like a protective wall between your business and your personal life. If your business ever runs into legal trouble, takes on debt, your personal bank account and your assets stay completely out of the picture. An LLC also gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to management, to taxation options. And if you want to bring in multiple owners, known as members, they can share in the company's profits and losses. But between all of that, going for an LLC is a pretty popular choice for entrepreneurs. Now, like I mentioned before, you can set up an LLC in two different ways. And start off, let's look at what it'd be like to manage the whole process all on your own. First things first, you'll need to choose a name for your LLC. Make sure the name you pick is unique, hasn't already been taken, or sounds too similar to another business. If you want to know if the name you want is available, you can request a preliminary check from the Texas Secretary of State's office. You can reach out to them directly or use their new site, SOS Direct. A Google search would also do the trick too. Now, when it comes to naming your LLC, Texas has very few requirements. Of course, it has to be unique, and it can't have the words government, bank, or veteran unless you've gotten prior permission to do so. Plus, the name must have Limited Liability Company, either spelled out or abbreviated in the business name. Next step, you need a registered agent. Now, a registered agent's job is to be the middleman for important legal documents for the business from the state. If you're a legal adult and Texas resident, you can totally be your own LLC's registered agent. But here's the thing, you do have to be available during state business hours so they can contact you. If that doesn't work for you, there are services that can handle all this instead, so that might be worth looking into. Now, let's move on to actually creating an LLC. In Texas, this means filing a certificate of formation with the state. You'll need to provide details like your LLC's name, address, purpose, registered agent info, name of the person organizing it. Of course, there's taxes. State fees will be due with the application. Right now, the fee is $300. You can file online, by mail, courier, even in person, with processing taking about 5 to 7 business days. If you file online, you can get next day processing, but that is an extra $500. Next up, you want to consider creating an operating agreement. Now, Texas doesn't officially require one, but it is a really smart move to keep everything just super clear. Whether you have multiple members or it's just yourself, think of it as a business blueprint. The agreement should cover ownership breakdown, member roles, profit and loss distribution, how to handle disputes, what happens if someone leaves or wants to close the LLC altogether. And by the way, these things are living documents, meaning you can and should update it anytime as your business grows and changes. Next up, you'll need an employer identification number, or EIN, for your business. Think of an EIN like your business's social security number. You'll need it to open a business bank account, apply for a loan, hire employees, pay taxes. The good news is getting an EIN is totally free. You can apply online or by mail directly through the IRS. Finally, you will need to get your business ready to pay all the necessary taxes. And while there isn't a fee for maintaining an LLC in Texas, LLC owners are responsible for federal taxes. And now, because LLCs are considered pass-through entities, the business itself is not responsible for reporting and paying taxes. That responsibility is passed on to the owner or owners, unless you choose to be taxed as a corporation. That's a whole other conversation. But usually all income from the business will be reported and paid through the owner's federal tax return. And Texas, one of the few states, does not have individual or corporate income tax. But while you might not have state tax, if you plan on having employees, you still got to be prepared for payroll and sales tax. And actually, second on sales taxes, those are applied to the sale of physical goods and most services. Getting your sales permit, totally free. You can apply for it right online through the Texas Comptroller office. Here, the sales tax rate is 6.25%, but it can get as high as 8.25%. It just depends on what your local jurisdiction wants to tax you on top. Now, how often you'll need to submit taxes to the state actually depends on your estimated sales. It ranges all the way from monthly to annually, and the Comptroller office will use your estimated sales to calculate your filing frequency. Along with the sales tax, LLCs in Texas also have to file annual franchise taxes. Those forms are due the 15th of May every year. If the date happens on a weekend or federal holiday, the due date will get pushed to the next business day. Normal operating. If your business makes below a little under $2.5 million, yes, million, you won't owe any taxes. On the other hand, if you have a super awesome year and your business makes more than that amount, there is a tax table on the state comptroller website that can help you figure out how much you'll owe. Now, you may not owe franchise tax, but in its place, there is the Public Information Report and Ownership Information Report. And for that May 15th deadline, you'll need to submit one of those forms to the state. You can either mail it in or file it online. If going through all that steps just makes your own head just crush itself, don't worry. You're not alone. Honestly, personally, when I was setting up my LLC, I did not have the time or energy. I didn't want to mess something up. I didn't want to have to start over. That is why I went with ZenBusiness to form my business. So if you are short on time, you just want to avoid all the stress of figuring out all the paperwork, the legal details, using a business formation service like ZenBusiness can really simplify the process. It takes so much of the guesswork out, helps you move forward with confidence. Now, personally, ZenBusiness was the best fit for me, but there are a few other noteworthy services out there. Check out Taylor Brands, LegalZoom, Swift Filings. If you're actually curious how those compare to it, I'll link my full reviews in the description below, and that'll give you a better idea. So let's talk about ZenBusiness and why it stood out to me personally. For starters, they're not new. It's been over a decade. They hold like a 4.8 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot with over 27,000 reviews, I think. They don't just start your business and leave you to figure the rest out for yourself. They also help your business get up and running with features like compliance reminders, website tools, and bookkeeping options. So this whole wide range of services, it would be helpful regardless of whether you're a new or experienced entrepreneur. Actually, if you want to give ZenBusiness a try for your own LLC, be sure to check out the affiliate link we'll leave in the description below. But it doesn't cost you a cent more, though we might earn a small commission on it. It really helps out the channel, and sometimes our links can actually get you better deals than you'd find by going directly through their website. So what does applying for an LLC with ZenBusiness look like? Well, the first step, you gotta click the big old Start an LLC button on their website. From there, choose Texas from the drop-down menu, then type in the name you picked for your LLC. Except you'll need to provide your contact information, name, email address, phone number. On the next few screens, you'll answer a whole cluster of pretty simple questions. Essentially, these are just to help the platform understand your business so they can get an idea of what it will need. If you're trying to keep costs rock bottom, the starter plan is basically free. You just have to pay the state filing fee, of course. It takes about a week to process, but they still throw in a 30-day trial of their site builder and business email so you can get started branding while you wait. If you're in a hurry, the pro plan at $199, that's like the sweet spot for most people. It jumps you up to one-day rush filing, handles all the boring essentials like your EIN, operating agreement. The best part here is the worry-free compliance. They'll handle your annual reports and filings so you don't get hit with random state fines for missing a deadline. Then there's the premium tier. That's a hair under $400, and this is for the set it and forget it crowd. It includes a registered agent to keep your home address private, and it steps up the compliance to 24/7 monitoring. And if they ever miss a deadline on their watch, they'll actually pay the state fee for you. You also get a massive library of legal templates, NDAs, contracts, and a longer 60-day trial for their bookkeeping and invoicing tools. So really just depends on your budget, how much you want to do yourself, how much you'd rather have done for you, or whether you're looking to spend as little as possible or want a more all-in-one setup. There really is a plan for everything here. And the bottom line is, setting up an LLC in Texas is one of those things you really just want to do once, right? And you want to do it right. If you don't mind navigating the state site, filing the certificate of formation, tracking your own franchise tax deadlines, the DIY route, totally, it's a great way to save some money. Or if you'd rather just skip the headache, have some peace of mind knowing it was done perfectly, handing it off to ZenBusiness is a great option as well. Whichever route you decide to go, you're never without options. And we're here to help every step of the way. That about does it for today's video. I really hope you found it helpful. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. And just as a reminder, if you do want to try out ZenBusiness, check out the description below for our exclusive affiliate link to get started. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, you can reach out using the email that I'll also leave down in the description. If you have any questions, maybe something you'd like to add, go ahead and drop those down in the comments below. I cannot wait to read them. I will do my best to try and respond to as many and as quickly as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I will see you in the next one.